Dear students, in our previous video we have seen new powers like the Rajput and their successors Pal and Rashtrakuta. After this we will start with our new topic in same chapter, the Ghaznavids and the Goris. They were the foreign invaders or attackers. They came from Afghanistan and other part of the north. So let's begin, beta. From the 10th century onward, drawn by the wealth of this land, groups of invaders such as Ghaznavids and Goris started entering India through the Himalayan mountain passes in the northwest. So, from the northwestern part of India, foreign invaders like Ghaznavi and Gori, they attacked India by passing the Himalayan mountain. 10th सेंचुरी में 10वीं शताब्दी में फॉरेन विदेशी आक्रमणकर्ता जिनके नाम गजनवी, जिनमें से कुछ थे गजनवी और गोरी, जो कि उत्तर पश्चिम हिमालय के पर्वत के रास्ते भारत पर अटैक करने आए. They were people of Turkish and Afghan descent who had adopted Islam as their religion. They were from Turkish and Afghan descent. वो तुर्क और अफ़गान के राजवंश के थे और उन्होंने इस्लाम धर्म को अपनाया था. Now we'll learn about Mahmud of Ghazni. Ghazni का Mahmud. Ghazni was the place and Mahmud, he came from over there. Mahmud of Ghazni was the son of Sabuktigin. Sabuktigin was the founder of Ghaznavi dynasty. Ghaznavi राजवंश, गजनवी साम्राज्य का संस्थापक फाउंडर था सबुक्तिगिन और उसका बेटा था महमूद. They were from Ghazni. That covered large part of present day ईरान, इराक एंड अफ़गानिस्तान, जो कि आज का ईरान, इराक और अफ़गानिस्तान इसी जगह में फैला हुआ है आज के दौरान, आज के समय में. लेकिन पहले वो सब एक ही हुआ करता था, गजनी. Following Sabuktigin death in 997 Common Era, Mahmud ascended the. After the death of Sabuktigin, his son Mahmud was ascended to the throne of Ghazni. गजनी का राजा महमूद को बनाया गया सबुक्तिगिन की डेथ के मृत्यु के बाद. Attracted by the tales he had heard of India's wealth, he launched a series of raids on India between 1001 and 1026 Common Era. महमूद ऑफ गजनी के महमूद ने बहुत सारी कहानियाँ भारत के बारे में सुन रखी थी कि भारत में बहुत सारी धन संपदा है, बहुत सारा पैसा है. तो उससे प्रभावित होकर उसने क्या किया कि भारत पे बहुत सारे आक्रमण किए, हमले किए, अटैक्स किए बिटवीन 1001 टू 1026 कॉमन एरा. 1001 से लेके 1026 ईस्वी तक अटैक किए. His task was made easy by the rivalry and lack of unity between the Indian rulers. और उसका काम आसान किसने किया? Disunity between the Indian rulers. At that time, Indian rulers were busy with their own competition. So they were fighting with each other. So this condition make foreign attackers easy to invade India. और ये जो कंडीशन थी, आपस में ही लड़ाई जब भारतीय राजा कर रहे थे, तो फॉरेन अटैकर्स के लिए गोल्डन चांस था कि भारत पे हमला करके राज करना और भारत को लूटना. आफ्टर एनेक्सिंग पेशावर, ही कॉन्कर्ड पंजाब बाय डिफीटिंग इट्स रूलर आनंदपाल इन द बैटल. पेशावर को अपने राज्य में मिलाने के बाद, जीतने के बाद, उसने पंजाब को भी जीत लिया. वहाँ के राजा आनंदपाल को हरा के पंजाब को भी जीत लिया. However, Mahmud had no intention of building an empire in India. लेकिन एम्पायर भारत में साम्राज्य बनाने का कोई इरादा नहीं था. He was only interested in its wealth. He, he used the wealth he looted from India to build Ghazni into one of the most beautiful cities in the world. So he looted the money from the India and taken that money to build his own land, that is Ghazni, as one of the best city in the world. वो गजनी को दुनिया का, संसार का सबसे अच्छा शहर बनाना चाहता था, सुंदर शहर बनाना चाहता था. इसलिए उसने क्या कि भारत से बहुत सारे धन को लूटा, गोल्ड, सोने, गोल्ड एटसेट्रा को लूटा. दो known to be fierce conqueror, Mahmud love for art and literature, it reflected in his patronage of poets and scholars such as Firdausi. Firdausi was the author of Shahnama. Shahnama, the book was written by Firdausi. And Al-Biruni. Al-Biruni was the author of Tahqiq-e-Hind. The book Tahqiq-e-Hind was written by Al-Biruni. महमूद एक इन्वेडर था, योद्धा था, बट वो कविता, पोइट्स और ये जो उपन्यास और बुक्स वगैरह लिखते थे ऑथर, उनको सपोर्ट भी करता था. ही सपोर्टेड फिरदौसी एंड अल-बिरूनी. नाउ विल see about Muhammad Ghori. We have seen about Mahmud of Ghazni. Now we will see another foreign invader, that is Muhammad Ghori. Around 150 years after Mahmud of Ghazni, 150 साल के बाद महमूद ऑफ गजनी के अटैक के बाद मोहम्मद गौरी raided India for the final time. Muhammad Ghori, another ruler from Afghanistan, attacked India. Muhammad Ghori was from Afghanistan. After Mahmud of Ghazni, he was the next attacker. After conquering Multan, Uch, Peshawar and Lahore, Muhammad Ghori came into conflict with पृथ्वीराज चौहान. जब मोहम्मद गौरी ने इंडिया पे अटैक किया तो उसका सामना he fought with पृथ्वीराज चौहान, उसका सामना राजपूत राजा पृथ्वीराज चौहान से हुआ. डिफीटेड बाय पृथ्वीराज इन द फर्स्ट बैटल ऑफ तराइन इन 1191 कॉमन एरा. तराइन के प्रथम युद्ध में, फर्स्ट युद्ध में पृथ्वीराज चौहान ने मोहम्मद गौरी को हरा दिया. बट गौरी वेंट बैक. He returned in next year 1192 with larger army. Prithviraj's appeal for help from other rulers of North India was turned down by Jayachandra. Turned down means decline or rejected. Prithviraj Chauhan appealed another rulers or kings of India for help to battle with Muhammad Ghori, but Indian kings were in competition, in the rivalry. That is why they have not supported each other. And Jayachandra was the ruler of Kannauj. Because of the age-old rivalry or age-old competition among them or between two states, though Prithviraj fought bravely, he was defeated in the second battle of Tarain. But क्या हुआ कि पृथ्वीराज चौहान second battle of Tarain, which was fought in 1192 common era, he got defeated by Muhammad Ghori. This proved to be a major turning point in the history of India. In 1206 common era, Muhammad Ghori returned to Ghazni, leaving his Indian territories in the hands of his general Qutbuddin Aibak. In 1206, Muhammad Ghori returned back to his homeland and he handed over all his power, all his conquered land of India to his general कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक. मोहम्मद गोरी 1206 ईस्वी में अपने घर, अपने वतन, अपने देश वापस लौट गया, लेकिन यहाँ पर उसने अपने जो जनरल थे कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक, उनको पूरा भारत का राजपाट संभालने के लिए देता हुआ आगे चला गया. कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक's accession to the throne of Delhi marked the beginning of the Delhi Sultanate. Accession means acquisition of a position. Now, Qutbuddin Aibak got position of Delhi and he became the Sultan of Delhi. From Qutbuddin Aibak, Sultanate period or Delhi Sultanate period started. Beginning the Delhi Sultanate and start of a new chapter in Indian history. यहाँ से कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक जब दिल्ली का सुल्तान बना, यहाँ से भारत के इतिहास में मुगल सल्तनत काल का समय शुरू होता है. Now we will see few reasons why the invaders succeeded. कैसे जो फॉरेन इन्वेडर्स थे वो कैसे जीत गए इंडिया में. There were some issues among the Indian rulers also. We will see one by one. First, the Turk and the Afghans were successful in establishing their rule over India because of the following reasons. First reason, the infighting and disunity among the Indian rulers weakened them. Since Indian rulers were in competition with each other, in rivalry with each other, so they fought among themselves and their disunity causes major damage to each other. जब भारतीय राजा आपस में ही लड़ रहे थे तो उन्होंने एक दूसरे को काफ़ी नुकसान पहुंचाया और एक दूसरे को काफ़ी हद तक कमज़ोर किया. सेकेंड पॉइंट, द इंडियंस fought in groups led by different leaders. The Turkish and Afghan soldier stood unified under one leader. अच्छा, see here, the Indian soldiers, they fought in different kings and different leaders, and their strategy was different, their planning was different. Each person has different thinking. Similarly, each leader at that time, they had different planning to conquer the battle. But in Turkish and Afghans, they stood unified under only one leader. So major point was here unity among themselves and planning from the same leader, from only one leader. So one leader can guide better by on the basis of his past experiences, but different leaders, they don't know about their past experiences. So that was the major issue. Third, the valiant Rajputs were excellent fighters. However, the invaders were more organized and employed better military strategies. Rajput kings were very courageous without fear. They were excellent fighters. However, here the military strategy which was planned by the foreign invaders was very organized, well planned, and they executed very well. यहाँ पर जो भारतीय राजपूत राजा थे वो बहुत साहसी निडर थे, बिना डर के वो लड़ते थे पूरी हिम्मत के साथ. बट दूसरी तरफ जो फॉरेन इन्वेडर्स थे, फॉरेन अटैकर्स थे, उनके पास में बहुत अच्छी प्लानिंग हुआ करती थी, प्लान बहुत अच्छा होता था और वो उस प्लान को पूरी तरीके से एग्जीक्यूट करते थे, पूरी तरीके से फॉलो करते थे. तो ये भी एक बड़ा रीज़न था. here the last point is the heavy footed elephants of the Indian armies were no match for the swift horses that formed the core of the Turkish army. यहाँ पे जो भारतीय सेना थी, इंडियन आर्मी, they have only heavy footed elephants, means elephants they can't run faster, whereas in Turkish army they have very much active swift horses, so they can easily cover larger area within a few given moment. So that was the another reason. So these were few foreign attackers and the reason why these foreign invaders succeeded in their planning. So we will stop here, dear students. In our next video we will see about southern India in the early medieval period in our next video. So here we will stop. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support, beta. Take care.